Hey man, this stuff gets comfortable after so long. Psychodegradable. That deals with mental ecology. Psychodegradable. You can imagine what it is. The recycle acts as we recycle, as if by nature. So, psychodegradable is the stuff like they do this, they do this, they keep on doing it. Well, it breaks down. Again, when it breaks down, it don't worry us or run us away. Fertilizer, psychodegradable. We just made that up, of course, but still it works. It deals with ecology. And a Negro should always have stuff that he like, so he can have his own fun. Yeah, you gotta have your own fun. Special situation, how to use assets. Blindfolded, old master. Y'all see the movies of old master blindfolded and he can fight. We turn fantasy into reality. But we turn myths into reality. You see what I mean? And of course, as real old master could get so good here, but we turn it into a myth. We turn it into reality. We can do this stuff by blindfolded. In fact, we do half the time. It's subconscious and unconscious. Vibrating hand. Remember the story years ago about Bruce Lee got hit with a vibrating hand? The vibrating hand is a martial arts move. You hit somebody, and they just gone about their business, and they drop dead. This isn't it. Maybe it's real somewhere. We make it real. What did we say? 15 years ago, we hit the white man with a vibrating hand. As he's collapsing now. He discombobulated. The boy, it don't make no difference what you say, he's still acting like a damn fool. He's discombobulated. We hit him with a vibrating hand. And he went on about his business. And now he don't know which door. Like Don, tell the truth. It don't make no difference whether they paid him to do it. He goes to the wrong corner at the end of every round, right? If he's supposed to fix this or learn, right? Look at the learning curve. This man, how could you be where you don't learn nothing from nothing? You don't learn what not to say because it'll disenfranchise him. You don't learn that. In fact, that'll make them mad. That's what I'm going to say. He does it, right? I know, sir. I don't know who hired him. I tell you the truth. I don't know who hired him. Boy, but he's doing that.
He's earning his money.
Huh?
He's earning his money.
He earning it. Man, the guy, in fact, I told the Iranians, and they looked at me funny too. Yeah, last time I saw him, I said, yeah, y'all might have hired Don. And they didn't say, no, we didn't. That's insanity. How that nigga know that? Look what he's destroyed. Everything. So they don't have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, they can get the rest from China. Now, if you're talking about somebody mad, can you imagine Iran, China, Pakistan, and hooked up? You ought to hear India holler. They're stabbing us. They stabbed us in the back, talking about Iran. Well, India getting all this stuff from Israel and everything, right? So who the heck wanna mess with them? Psychodegradable, blindfolded, vibrating hand, how to make mint. fiction real. If you think we haven't been having a good time, you got the wrong idea. We've been really. Another thing is psychoparalysis. It's just psychoparalysis, when you stop the mind from functioning. It just don't work no more. Psychoparalysis. You can tease somebody and mess with them so much that they just lose composure. They can't focus. The mind don't stop, but it might as well be paralyzed because it ain't, you know what I mean? It's just, it's still live. You put electrodes on there, it's alive, it's moving, but it don't have no focus. We call it psychoparalysis. Yes. See, they made a mistake. They messed with an old-time Negro, not a modern Negro, but not a degreed Negro. They messed with them old-time Negroes that had stuff for them. Imagine if they would have had the stuff that we have now to use, right? What they would have did if they got along with nothing in those days. So we gonna look out for them. That's what we're doing. Yeah, old boss man. I bet you won't. Of course, it don't mean nothing to nice children and everything. It just means the system. It don't mean the nice white man. So Oakland, we always referred to a liberation laboratory. Liberation laboratory, that means a laboratory. This is what we said it was all the time. DC, Oakland are laboratories where we're studying movement. They didn't have one before. They didn't have a chance. That's what's needed. Every other successful revolution we call evolution. You know, we studied Chairman Mao, we studied all of them. They had, each battle was a laboratory. If you notice their writings, they had this challenge, they had that challenge, and then they revised what they was doing according to that. And that theory was, if you lose 90% of your people, you still on board. We say that you lose 95 and 98%, as long as there's one with the idea alive. You can rebuild. This is our attitude. Not 10%, 1%. They can rebuild. So this is Liberation Laboratory, Liberation Movement Studies. That's what Oakland has been, that's what DC has been. That's why we haven't been jumping up and down about nothing. That's why we haven't been, now if y'all think I've been jumping up and down, just mention, yeah, Imam Musa, I think you've been jumping up and down, you know what I mean, a little bit. And then just let's discuss it. No, because if I'm talking and this stuff don't make sense, hey man, we have to reevaluate it. Because our future depends on this. When we say associate, you know, put your fingerprints on the pages of history, that's real. Okay. I told you we'd be here for a little while, so let's just take it easy for a minute. Drugs and their effects. That's one. The Negroes had a program up there, drug busting. Affirmations, zeal, focus, program. Program yourself for the future. Change based on joy and inspiration. That means you have to be happy. You don't have to be happy. This is quantum leap stuff because, see, movement, people are always gnashing their teeth and they're all tensed up, right, in movement. And we say, no, just relax. Have a good time. Do you know how beneficial that is to your psyche that you change everything to this one big fun show. It's fun. And don't let you hire somebody like Don, and he really put on a show. That stuff is great for years. You remember that stuff, right? It's just great. It don't make no, comedy don't make no difference why people making a fool out of themselves. It's just whether it's funny or not, right? So you don't have to have I don't have to waste time to figure out why he doing this, why he doing that. It don't make sense. It is funny. And that's what we asked for. Think about it. Y'all reminded me that I prayed, oh Allah, make a fool out. Hey man, not only boss man, but the United States is the laughing stock of the world. People are aghast. It's 155,000 people that died. Dead people. Right? I mean, it's like some people in Korea and China, they had 5 or 10 people die. They was heartbroken. Well, 200, 300. Hey, man. And guess what? Don ain't said a thing about it. Have you all heard him say, oh, I'm really sad. He won't, hey, man, it's like he's ignoring him. That's ridiculous. And he said, I'm a wartime president. You're a full-time president. Boy, look at here. Okay, map to your future. Warp thinking, warp drive. We don't want to get too spacey, but when they push the warp drive, that means that you stretch it out. So, yeah. That's what we're saying right now, engage. So that means we're on a roll. No, we're on the road. Strategic actor, ideology, and a protracted struggle, long range view. Don't respond to provocations. Don't respond to provocations even when justified. That's important. Okay, some of the names, the words that come up, this is what we're going to do in the court. Clown the court. Super grateful. We're going to have, we call it the absurdity defense. Absurdity, it is absurd what they talk. And imagine in court, we're going to present that in court. It's okay because it's just a little misdemeanor case. It don't make it. So I get a chance to collect all the information I want. And then present an absurdity defense. Absurd, ridiculous, outrageous, unthinking. This is and imagine, Mr. Prosecutor, what in the world made you, I just beat the case, why you are, Your Honor, this man is absurd. And the whole department, that's what we're going to do it. They can do what they want. I'm my own lawyer, I don't care. What they going to do? Nothing. We're going to have a wonderful time. At no charge, because this is a misdemeanor. And already, at no way, imagine you can go on a show, you can't lose, you can't get embarrassed, you can't nothing. And you can make fun of everybody else. And ain't nothing they can do about it. They the one brought you in there. Ability to confront overwhelming odds on a continuous basis until each event is a form of transportation to the next station in life. It's kind of like Tabarakam, So events in Oakland have taken us to our desired and necessary stage in this mission, in this life. We're going to call some of it Adventures of Imam Musa. Brother Tufail and I used to call it the serialization, of Imam Musa. Yeah, hey, might as well have fun. Quantum leap, quantum jumping, visualization, imagination, okay. I think I will speed up. Design fitment, leave your fingerprints on the pages of history. Embrace your imagination. Embrace expectation and possibility. Okay, here's something here. Strategic leadership, strategic visionary, strategic imagination. Strategic means that it's put in a certain position. It means something. The strategy is the overall, I don't know, goal and what have you. And tactics are the small thing that gets you to that goal. And we also have healer program. Well, let's see. Arsenal, humor, kindness, optimism. Yeah. That's our arsenal, all right. Rule number 2, turn every episode into story of victory. Show how easy it is to take charge of your own life, movement. Show how to turn any and everything into a benefit or asset. That's what we've been doing here. That's why can't nobody do anything. Because anything they do, we'll turn it into a benefit or asset. Yeah, that's like, kind of like magic. Tell Oakland's story over and over again. It's a great honor to try and contend the encirclers here. Yeah, circumvent the encirclers without depending on the results. Hey man, it's important. But it's not a big deal. Targetism, life of the target, I think I read that. But what about when the target shoots back? It's the old country saying, what you gonna do when the rabbit got the gun? That's us. What are you gonna do when the rabbit got the gun? That's us. Yeah. All these things sound funny, but they big time. Brer Rabbit and Brer Bear. What is it? Oh, Brer Bear, please don't throw me in the briar patch. In berry bushes. Of course, that's where he lived. That's his home. When we go around hills in Oakland, that's where you see him, in the briar patch every morning. Ability to learn in public and teach in public. Okay, I'm going to move toward a semi-close, but Resistance Movement of North America themes, As-Sabiqun Liberation Organization, As-Sabiqun Liberation Movement, Psychological Asymmetric Warfare, the mission of our struggle, liberation struggle, liberate Islamic movement from foreign control and domination. When we said that before, from inferiority complexes, from sold out leadership, liberate the agenda from defeatism. National mobilization will come soon, but organization should come before mobilization. Okay, we're getting ready to wind down. Resistance Movement in North America. Are there any questions or any comments about anything at all? Any comments? Yes.
I feel that now, what you were telling me, you laid it down, you had to be more sophisticated back then. Game, and now it's just like so.
Right.
It's just so more easy. And back then, it's like, the way you explained to me, it was much harder to really understand the new school and the plots.
No. Back then, you saying back then was easier or harder?
It was hard back then.
That was a learning, okay, this is easy now.
Yeah, it was easy.
It's easy because we went through that. You know, when you're going through the first stages of education, each stage of this was different. The first stage back there, hey man, I'll tell you, when I went to Algeria, I was all scrunched up and mad, paranoid. My friend, when I tell you, George Cooper, when we go run in the morning, he asked me one time, we got to the top of the hill, he said, you think anybody's watching us? I said, of course somebody's watching us. We was out in the woods. Because you get juiced up, you know. You get used to that. When this stuff first hits you, shoot, they ain't playing. They kill everybody. They get rid of everybody on the first blow or combination of blows. So when you first get hit, you in there with everybody else. You got to have special grace on yourself to get through that. No, it's a big deal. Because in those days, hey man, it might look real beautiful. You ever see the people in Hollywood? They all got psychs. You ever notice that? They all got their psych. Why don't the hell they get out and take their money and get out of Hollywood? If it's Hollywood's the problem, just take all your money and leave. And leave your problem behind. Because you got to play people, you know it ain't no fun, you got to do this, you got to do that, and you're tired of it. How many people can look at their life and say, now, I got lucky, I did that back in 71, something. I looked at a picture, I said, that is mean. That's what, the government was making me mean. And I'm not naturally mean. I'm naturally just a fun-loving guy. And they was making me mean. And I was mean for a minute. I looked at that picture, I'll show it to you sometime. That nigga sitting there in the club. I said, that is a mean nigga there. I said, and I quit for a while. I quit right then, that next day. I said, what does the white man say? What is it if you gain the world and lose your soul, something like that? I said, that nigga there is